Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com. In this presentation, we're going to take a look at the world of crypto. We'll take a look at the Magnificent Nine stocks, and we'll also take a look at the Canadian banking sector on this Tuesday morning. Now, we don't have anything major happening in the pre-market this morning. We've got ISM manufacturing numbers coming out at 10 a.m. Otherwise, stock index futures are slightly below fair value. Gold is down a little, and crude oil is up slightly at this time on Tuesday morning. Now, the VIX continued to move higher on Monday. That, of course, is negative for stocks. The Dow held its own. Of course, the Dow is not the most important index out there. It is the most popular, the one the market or the media and the public knows the most. The more important one, of course, is the S&P 500, followed by the NASDAQ 100. And then the Russell 2000 gives us a broad look at the U.S. stock market. It was down yesterday, heading towards the lows from early January. And you can see back here, that's where the election pop happened, and you can see we've given up those gains already. So we're trading below the time and place where Trump got elected. So looking to see if we can hold the early January lows for the rest of the week. Then looking at the iShares for the TSX 60 and the Vanguard Canada ETF, both finished unchanged on Monday. So that's pretty incredible that both of those ETFs, while they traded lower, they ended the day unchanged. Next up, let's take a look at the world of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's coming into Tuesday on a sell signal. It is down about $6,000 in the pre-market. So 93,750 was holding as support. It looks like we're heading down towards 87,500 on Tuesday. All the long ETFs, of course, are on sell signals. The bear ETFs are on buy signals. They got whipsawed last week, but here we are. We're on a buy signal right now. So if you're long the bear ETFs, congratulations, you're going to make some money today. Unfortunately, if you're long any of the crypto-related stocks, you're on the wrong side of the market, as they are all on sell signals at the moment. And there's Coinbase breaking down below the January lows on Tuesday. That is certainly true for Galaxy. And as we go through the crypto stocks, you can see none of them are doing very well at the moment. MicroStrategy broken down below the late December lows, and you can see that we're starting to break down below the flypaper channel. We haven't broken away from it just yet. We're also leaving the 100-day moving average, heading toward the 200-day moving average, and our next mathematical target for MicroStrategy is $250. Next up, let's take a look at the Magnificent Nine stocks, and we have one holdout here. There's the ETF breaking down below the January low. There's Apple. Apple's still struggling to hit 250. Obviously, there are sellers up at the 250 level. We've been trying for several days now to hit that target, and so far we have been unable to. There's still lots of strength here, though. We actually closed up $1.55 on the day. No joy for Amazon. Broadcom was down yesterday, still trading above the recent high from back in January. And you can see we've now filled that open gap. So that open gap is no longer in play. There is Alphabet holding the previous day's low. No change in trend there. New low for this move for Meta. And then we had a big reversal last week in Microsoft. Was up and then completely reversed. And here we are making a new low. So that's a very bearish chart pattern. Of course, we just made a lower high and now we're making a lower low for Microsoft. Now, NVIDIA rolled over yesterday. It is back on a sell signal as of Monday's close. And of course, we're coming into earnings on Wednesday. Then looking at Shopify, nice bounce for Shopify. It made a new low for this move, and in the U.S. it was down 8 cents. In Canada, it was actually up 15 cents on the day. So quite a recovery for Shopify on Monday. And then Tesla is still holding the recent low there. No change in trend for Tesla. And one more stock, Palantir. Palantir led a lot of the tech stocks lower on Monday. We were down over 10% on the day. So Palantir still on a sell signal. Maybe coming down to try to fill that gap. We'll have to see what happens if we continue lower from here, heading towards the open gap. Let's finish off this morning's presentation, taking a look at the Canadian banking sector. And we've got earnings out from the Bank of Montreal, and the stock, which is on a buy signal right now, is currently trading up about $2 in New York. At the same time, the Bank of Nova Scotia, which is coming in today on a sell signal, is down 2 cents, trading in New York at the moment. Their CIBC still on a sell signal, no change there, no change for the National Bank. The Royal Bank, which popped last week and gave us a buy signal, is trading just above the lower channel line, so not a lot of enthusiasm there. If we look at to see what the pros and the public are doing, you can see that the public is still in control here. So we had that move up. The pros did not take the bait. They're not following through to the upside. On the other hand, you've got the TD Bank, which is still on a buy signal here. Things would change on Tuesday if the TD Bank were to close below $84.32. You can see that the pros took control back here at the end of December and have been in control ever since. And as you can see, the TD Bank has been moving up through that whole period. So no hope for the Royal Bank, unfortunately. The pros did not take the bait after the stock popped last week. Of course, the pros need more time to get in and out of a stock. They can't flip a position in a single trade the way that you and I can do. They need more time to get in and out. So if you get a buy signal and the pros haven't come back and taken control within 3 days, you probably can kiss that trade goodbye. It'll probably fade away over the next couple of days. And that's what's happening with the Royal Bank, but certainly not happening with the TD Bank coming into Tuesday's trading action. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. So far, stock index futures are slightly below fair value, but certainly nobody's aggressively selling on Tuesday morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Wednesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theyuptrend.com.